unfortunately, it was Portland and the Hornets, but they're still NBA teams, and any night, any team can beat any other team. And the
That's
Raptors
true.
are actually moving the ball, like you would see, kick, open man, then take the shot.
Then take the shot. That's right. That's right. And when they do move the ball like that, they are a different team. And another thing that's missing, we used to be a nice transition team. Get out on the fast break, run the court, and get some easy buckets. I haven't been seeing guys. It's like everybody's too pretty for that now. Come on, boys, pull up the socks. Let's get these. Let's roll. Let's run downhill instead of uphill. You know what I mean?
Hello, Raptor fans. What's going on? Raptors in black and white. We're here with Head Swag. Or sorry,
Here we go.
I forget it flips me around. Head Swag over here, and I'm Slang. Thank you guys for watching, for joining, for coming together in Raptors Nation. It's been a little while since our third video was put out, but admittedly, it was holiday time and I got COVID in between there, so I apologize to you for not being available. But thank goodness we made it. We're back. We're here. We're talking Raptors. What do you think of the Raptors' performance the last? Probably it's been almost 3 weeks since we had a video, and they've been up and down. They've had some win streaks. They've had some losing streaks. What are your thoughts overall?
Happy New Year, folks. Oh my goodness, has it been a roller coaster ride? I'm telling you. Jeez, well, we were just talking. I think we went on a 3-game win streak, a 3-game lose streak. It's been up and down. Siakam looking like an NBA All-Star at one point. Van Fleet scoring, I think, 32 points the other night for a good win. But overall, these guys are still closing out games. We need to close out these games, man. There's been some tight games where we should have closed out, but we're falling short. We're falling short, and I don't know. What do you think going into the All-Star weekend? These guys better shipped up, or they're gonna get shipped out. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, well, that's actually what I wanted to get to next. I think, yeah, consistency's been a major problem. I mean, Van Vliet even had almost 40. I don't know if he had 40, if he had 39. I checked afterwards. I think it was 39. He was just shy of 40, but maybe he actually
Just had 40, right? Yeah.
But yeah, and then you're right. Pascal went off at MSG and like, oh my gosh, 52 or something like that. I think he's like the 8th highest point getter visiting Madison Square Gardens, like of all time or something.
Of all time, yep, you
Yeah,
got it.
so those moments, make me feel warm and fuzzy. But then you get games where we can't, like, Scotty can't hit the side of a Barnes.
That's right.
Fred can't do it. I mean, if you saw, I don't know if you watched it, but I referenced it on my other thing. The old man in the three, JJ Redick's podcast, he had Van Vliet on actually as a guest. If you didn't get to see it, it might be worth checking out. But Van Vliet was saying too many of these games come down to him at the end, and if he's hitting his shots, then we can win, and if he's missing his shots, we can lose. And like he had somewhere he didn't hit any until 2 in the last. I think even one of the Hornets games, he maybe only had 2 threes, and they were both in the last minute. Thank goodness he got them. But yeah, overall, it's been inconsistent and
inconsistent. But see, that's what I'm talking about with the Raptors. When he's saying that it needs to be me down to the last minute, no, it doesn't. Create the play so that somebody else has the shot. You know what I mean? They're all professionals. It doesn't have to be you. It's all about the dub. You know what I mean? Get the dub. I know they want it in your hands because hey, you're a high percentage scorer. But hey, so is Siakam. You know what I mean? 2-time NBA star, 26 points averaging right now. Like, hello, share the sugar. That's all I'm saying. And hey, as the coach, Nick Nurse should be, hey, nurse the boys. You should be saying, hey, this is what we're doing. Hey, have a little faith in your other players. They're that good. We paid them millions for a reason. Bottom line.
Yeah, no, I actually agree. And like, let's focus. I think sometimes the Raptors' problem has been too much ISO ball mentality at the end of games and not trying to have a play where they move the ball. I mean, yeah, Pascal the other day, I think Fred had to kind of do it because he fouled out of the game. But the three that they won, like when we beat Portland, then Hornets and the Hornets. I mean, unfortunately, it was Portland and the Hornets and the Hornets, but they're still NBA teams, and any night, any team can beat any other team. And the
That's
Raptors
true.
were actually moving the ball, like you would see, kick, open man, then take the shot.
Then take the shot. That's right. That's right. And when they do move the ball like that, they are a different team. And another thing that's missing, we used to be a nice transition team. Get out on the fast break, run the court, and get some easy buckets. I haven't been seeing guys. It's like everybody's too pretty for that now. Come on, boys, pull up the socks. Let's get these. Let's roll. Let's run downhill instead of uphill. You know what I mean?
Sure. Well, the most frustrating thing about some of those is that we can get turnovers. I hate the plays where OG obviously is involved a lot because he's such a great person at getting steals and anticipating the pass and sticking his arm out and deflecting it back to the other end of the court.
Defensive player thing.
Yeah,
You know
ending
it.
on a fast break. But it's frustrating when he gets out there and maybe a couple guys are able to get back because they're fast or they sort of thought, or somebody else broke, for the defense, and they still try to muscle through two or three guys when they're down there solo on a turnover, like, and get boxed out or blocked out or whatever. Gary Trent Jr., I've seen him do it too many times, missing. OG missing, where I'm like, guys, or Precious Achua is also bad for it. Missing, they try and just muscle their way through like they're Giannis, and they get punked at the rim, and then I'm like, oh, like we had a turnover. You could have just slowed it down and maybe run a play or given it to the second guy coming in, and he could have dunked it. Anyway.
Once again, proper ball movement. What you're saying there, and those are what we call as a coach 2-for-1s. Like you just said, they got a nice turnover. This is where you're supposed to capitalize and be up by 20. Because if you get 2-3 of those, that might be 6 points. Or does it say it's all threes? That's 9 points with the 3 turnovers. And that's where the Raptors are losing, where we should be capitalizing. Those plays are the sweet spots. We call them 2-for-1s. If you go down, you get that 2-for-1. Hey, it might be an and for one. Now this team now in second quarter or third quarter, they're in foul trouble. One of their main players.
Right.
But the boys are playing too pretty right now. We got to go back in the mud and get dirty.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe on the plays I'm talking about, they're trying to get dirty, but it's not worth the risk. I totally get if OG's out on a complete break, and he loves actually when he's really in the clear to do that little behind the back dunk. Like he likes to, OG especially, he loves to go in and then he's like, oh, doing like a kind of reverse two-handed.
The reverse,
use
the rim as protection and then do a nice reverse.
Yeah, but those are great. That's fine because you're down alone. I wish they would just be more mindful when they're on a fast break and defenders get back. They're trying to just maybe look for the foul or whatever. And a few times, at least lately, they've gone in and missed completely. It ends up being a turnover. The ref doesn't blow the whistle on them and they're pleading, but meanwhile, the other team's now gone back down the other end of the court and they're scoring on us. So they're setting up their half court offense at least. Okay, so tonight then, we're playing the Timberwolves. That game actually is going to start in a few minutes. Major trade, obviously, in the offseason with the Timberwolves. So what are your thoughts on the Raptors going into the All-Star break? Do you think that we should be standing pat with our current team, or should we be looking for a blockbuster? Because I've seen some buzz. Sorry. So first, let me ask you what you think we should be doing. Then we'll get into maybe who should be traded, because I've heard that Pascal and OG could command the same type of crazy trade they were saying that Utah got in exchange for Rudy Gobert. So anyway, first of all, what do you think? Should we try to make a trade, or what should we be doing? Should we just stay with our current team?
Well, definitely you gotta always see what's inside the pool. If there's something in the pool, you gotta keep your eyes open. It's just what are we gonna get? And like I said, we got a core team here. We got guys that have actually won a championship and they know each other. So I think we do need. I wouldn't mind seeing a piece, but what piece are we willing to give to get? That's the question. You know what I mean? And what is out there that we're gonna get? That's the question. And how much time does the Raptors want to build on that right now? So right now, what's our record? We're you know what I mean?
We're below 500. Hold on, I think I can sort of quickly get the standings here. Um, Raptors, we are 20 and 25, 20 wins, 25 losses, 0.444%.
For see
I lost.
below 500. We need somebody to pull up our stocks and get us above 500. So if we could get one more piece, or somebody pull up their socks on the team and start playing some good ball, that's the we like you said, we need some consistency, and a consistency in a good way. You know, the guys know what to do. We got a defensive player like OG who wants to get that ball. We got guys like Siakam who goes in every night, does his thing, but it's got to be on a consistent basis. There's nothing wrong with what the Raptors are doing. It we just need to do it more efficiently.
Okay, so you're in a win now mentality then. You don't think we should try and blow anything up and build around Scotty Barnes and look at like a 2-3 year bunch of picks, bunch of young, maybe
Well,
prospect pieces.
pieces. No, I think the guys we have could do it. We got tall, strong, young guys right now on this team. I just think we need one decent veteran that could that has that plays at a high motor that could come in just like a Leonard that could ignite the boys. You know what I mean? I think the boys just need to be ignited right now. We could get somebody that comes in with some high energy. I think the Raptors will definitely be a turnaround team.
Hmm. Okay, so then what? So do you thinking then that we give up like I obviously it depends on what people are interested in, but like would you trade Fred Van Vliet and some picks to try and convince someone to give us something that's a little more ready now then? Like does something like that
Yeah,
work? And
most
maybe we could have,
definitely.
Scotty could probably bring the ball up because I don't know, Scotty, I was calling him Scotty Simmons the other day because he's not looking to score. He's like become Ben Simmons. I mean, funny enough, he gets enough points because he's cleaning up stuff off the glass and putbacks and things like Precious Achua went up for a dunk the other day and missed, but Scotty was there to two-hand it back in. So he still is ending up with like 15 to 18 to 22 points, but man, he's not looking to score. Like he's not even looking at the basket when they do their little swap around thing they love to do at the top of the key, the 3-point line now.
You got it.
Scotty's
That's
not
right.
even faking it to go to the basket. Like he's just focused to the side. Like who's the next guy that's going to come around? Is it Pascal I'm dishing to, or sometimes he's looking to. Well, I was going to say looking to do a no look. That doesn't make sense. But he's anticipating to do a no look over here or whatever instead of breaking out of their little cycle. But he doesn't seem to be. He's not ready to shoot if he's beyond the 3-point line and he gets the pass and he's open. Like because there's been a lot of those lately where I'm going, Scotty, why aren't you shooting? But he wasn't even planning to shoot. He was just out there because that's where the play is starting. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly.
anyway.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. When they're playing five out like that, and they're running in on one side to the other side, like what you're saying. It, once again, the other teams after seeing that 2, 3 times, what you're just saying, they anticipate. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, Scotty, you know you got to get involved, get to the line 1 or 2 times. You got to mix it up. You know what I mean? But hey, more
Right.
easier said than done against the pros, obviously.
Sure. Yeah. 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 No. No. Of course. And I only, when they're not contributing, I will sit and tell them that, hey, you could sign me to come and miss threes. Like if someone's going to be 0 for 5 or 0 for 6, I'll play for the league minimum, and I can go out there and miss 6 3-pointers also pretty easily.
I tell them, I'm like, listen, I could warm the bench and come out and go 1 for 5 any day. Call me.
Yeah. Right. That's the funny part. I might actually hit one of my threes. I might end up at like a 18% from 3 or something for the game.
You know what I'm
Um,
saying?
But no, I guess my point with Scotty was more that if he's not looking to score, which is what it seems like he's feeling these days, then maybe, we do. Van Vliet obviously has some value still. He's gone down a little bit from last year, but he was an all-star last year. I'm sure Masai could argue that, he'll be able to turn it around again. So maybe we dangle him. I saw something where the Lakers want him. I saw that Orlando was scouting our games, possibly wanting him. So anyway, I just think that he's one of the assets we could give up and not lose as much. I'm not trying to totally diminish Fred VanVleet. I mean, when he's out there and he's getting 33 and 9 assists, obviously
And nine, I know. I was
he's a
just going to
major.
say that when he's out
Yeah,
there giving dimes like that, it's like, hello.
yes,
I know. He's a
but
force to be reckoned with. I'm not saying no, but hey, if we could get somebody with a little more wingspan and, like I said, a little more fired up, a Van Fleet, and we're giving away 2 first-round picks or something, and we got somebody with some solidarity. You know what
yeah,
I mean? But
yeah, we could, well,
like
we
I
could
said,
maybe even get a
it
couple
doesn't hurt
players.
to take a look. It doesn't hurt to take a look.
Right. We could get like maybe a center and another 3 point guy because it's just so sad. I'm going to screw up his name. Oh, man. Who was the guy? We just played the Milwaukee Bucks and they've got that shorter, it's a white guy, brown hair. Anyway, oh, man. I even looked up his name after the other one because I commented on him, but it would take me too long to pull him up here. But, he just hits threes. Like, it's like, three. That is the saddest thing when I'm watching other teams play us. We don't have anyone that you know. Yes, of course, Fred VanVleet can get hot and start hitting him. And even OG can get hot and start hitting him. But OG the other day was brutal. And we have when Fred's not going anyway. I don't know. I don't know.
And even Trent, we know could hit to make Trent start asking for nearly $30 million. We know he went on, and once again, so Trent, this is the time that the team's in a slump. You're out there, get hot. I'm saying, one of the guys, who wants it? Come on, man. You know what I mean? Somebody, let's run. I know guys are doing. Hey, I went out, I scored, like you said, 40 points, but hey, 40 points to a losing cause. We need the dub. Get us the dub. You know what I mean? We're a hot city. We got Drake. Let's claw our way back, boys. Come on.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No. Listen. I think that I am with you. Yeah, it's so weird to hear. Like, anyway, I don't know. I think Gary Trent Jr. we should be keeping, but again, there was something where he's not happy. I wish I could tell how many of those things are true. You never know. Like, I'm so overthinking it sometimes. I think Masai is there, maybe even feeding some of this stuff out to try to get other GMs interested in Gary Trent Jr. and then they come with offers and then he can start negotiating or something. I don't know. That seems a little crazy because obviously if it gets out that he's disgruntled, then the value might go down and other GMs might think that they can, come and cherry pick whoever they want off the Raptors.
That's
We're
right.
saying we're gonna sort of kick off this trading spree um, when it happens in the next few weeks towards the trade deadline. I'm hearing a lot of stuff, even from south of the border, saying, no, people are going to watch what the Raptors do, and then everything will kind of domino from there. So you're not you're not into just saying, all right, you know what, let's see. I think it'd be interesting, maybe. I don't like suffering, and I like being able to have a chance to win, of course. But imagine that we decided, or Masai decided, you know what? The championship was great, but Pascal, we can get a ton of assets for him. Maybe keep OG because even OG is only like 25. He might be just turned 26, but he's still
You got
really
it. I
young.
think, yeah, that's right. I think he's about 26, something like that. You got it.
Okay, yeah.
That's right.
And then you got Gary Trent at 23. So maybe like we get rid of Fred and we get rid of Pascal, and then we grab like, I would really love to be able to pull off like a Shea Gillis Alexander or even RJ. I know on our last video I said RG and then we were talking RG for a couple of comments on there, but RJ, playing him the other day, he got 30 something against us. And maybe again it's him showing off a little bit, obviously, because he's a Toronto kid, but I would love to see a Toronto guy in a
Oh, yeah.
Raptor uniform, that like better than um oh no, what is wrong with me? Why did I even go down this path? We had that Curtis, oh no, who was the guard? We had like a backup guard that was the Toronto guy. And I know we've got Boucher and we got Delano Banton, who I know is still a project, but I mean it would be nice for us to get one of the real elite Shea Gillis, RJ Barrett, even Jamal what's his name on Denver, the
Murray.
Kitchener guy. Yeah,
Murray.
Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray.
Yeah, one of those guys would be
Yeah,
nice.
that's my boy right there. You you're naming guys that when I was coaching and going out to the States and seeing these guys and going to their camps, it was a great time, man. Jeez. And now to see that these guys are now mega stars inside the league, it'd be phenomenal, like you said, to see them come back and actually do something on Canadian soil, So definitely, I'd love to see like Shea because he's on point right now. So
Okay, so you're saying if we had to tank, like my thought overall is kind of like if we're gonna tank, let's do something exciting, like get an up and coming, Canadian guy, and so then at least as fans we can have something to kind of watch progress and not worry so much that okay we're not gonna make the playoffs because I don't know. I think that would be better than like last year. We had a good back half of the season, and then we go and we almost get like swept by the 76ers. Like, oh my lord, it was horrible. I mean, it was a tiny bit interesting when we were down 3-0, and then maybe suddenly we could be the first team in NBA history to come back from 3-0 in a playoff
three
series
nothing.
and actually win because I think we
Yeah,
won two, but then we
that's
lost in the sixth game, and yeah, it wasn't even close. And they almost beat us in the uh, fifth game as well.
in the fifth game. Yeah.
All right, so no Victor Wembanyama as far as you're concerned, though. You're saying like don't tank, don't try and go after this guy from France that's 7'4" in sneakers.
No, I don't
No.
think we because like I said, I think we got a good mix right now. We got some tough young legs on our team right now. Certain guys, I think if we put a little more meat on them, that they'll be doing good. And certain other guys, like I said, if they once they when I mean meat on them, people, I mean mature. Okay, when these guys
Oh,
are young. You got to remember, they're 22. You know what I mean? So, like you said, some are 25. Once they get into the system, they mature, a little growth a little hair comes on the chest. I think we would have something right there. So once again, I believe we get one piece. If we could get a fan lead away, like two picks, like you said, even a Pascal, if we got to give two guys to get one workhorse that comes in, I think the other guys will set in line and we'll get 10 more wins out the year, possibly 15, which, will give us a good standing. That's what we need right now.
okay, all right. I think there are funny when you said meat on. I thought you literally were talking meat. I was going to say, well, Chris Boucher and Koloko could definitely use like literally a little bit of meat on them.
Most
Uh,
definitely.
yeah, maybe Precious can spare some of his. But yeah, no, look, I'm in the same camp. I like that, and maybe it's just because I'm a Homer Raptor guy or whatever. But I think that if I say even on sometimes on these videos, like we need a hypnotist and a psychologist in our, we have unlimited funds almost because MLG, Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, or whatever. I mean, those guys make so much money from the Leafs and the Raptors, and with salary caps in place, like they can't spend it all, right? And we're a huge TV market, and our not only do our games sell out, but the ticket face value is like four
That's
or
right.
5 times if we wanted to. If we could drive down to Detroit and go to a game, and it might be
That's right.
20-30 bucks to go. Meanwhile, I was at a couple games the last little while, and yeah, we're talking like 2-3 bills just for a seat to get in the arena. So, anyways,
That's
we've
right.
got we've got money, and when you can't spend it on players, I have two ideas. Oh, actually, then I'm going to ask you one quick thing, and then we can wrap this up. I think that the psychologist and a hypnotist would be good. I also was thinking, what do you think of this idea? Really, really unbelievable visitor locker room. I was thinking, even with like, as weird as it sounds, hear me out. If we had like masseuses in there and like really high end trainer people to help, like, I know there'd be some maybe infringement, and they might not want a lot of outside guys. So maybe we just have like an amazing chef that's in there or something. I was just my thinking was to overly go crazy on the visitor so that when other teams come here, they start to wonder like, man, what does the home uh you know gym, change room, whatever, locker room look like? Like
Right.
we got to get to this team. I don't know. First of all, what do you think of that? And then I got a rule change I want to ask you.
Yeah, like you're saying, when you're saying to make the team believe that they got 5-star and we got the 10-star. Why not? We need to do something to pull guys to keep them here, man.
Or to pull in new guys. I'm thinking, yeah, I was thinking more free agents. Like they'll go, yeah, every time we go to Toronto, it's crazy. They got like, all of this whatever extra in there. So anyway, I don't know. Anyway, that was one idea. But then I was going to ask you one other quick thing. Right now in the NBA, I am not allowed, if I'm inbounding the ball, I am not allowed to shoot it at the net directly, right? I have to pass
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Somebody's got to pass it. Yeah, you got it. You can't shoot it directly at the net. Or it's a
Hmm.
violation. Next way's ball. You got it. If you're
Okay.
putting it to the net, it's got to be when they do it. As you can see, it's always an alley oop to
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
there a
yeah.
reason behind that? Do you know?
The reason why, because you're out of bounds. Remember, you're out of bounds. So if you score, you cannot score from out of bounds. You got to be inbounds to score. That's,
That makes sense. I was sitting there racking my brain, going, "Why would they have it like that?" But yeah, okay, you're not in bounds. Because I was curious what your thoughts would be. If wouldn't it be exciting if someone could put it in from the inbound? Like,
well,
I was
that
just
would be a different changer to the game, most definitely.
that's all. Yeah, I don't even know why I thought it. I think I was watching them. Someone was inbounding the play, and I just thought like it's weird that you can't, but I get your logic that you're not in bounds, so of course you can't. But yeah, imagine they did a little tweak to the rules where you could. So
No,
like Steph Curry could just be their inbounding guy, and he could just be like shooting them like he does from the friggin' stands. He could just put it in. I think that would be
well,
interesting. I think
hey,
the fans would like it. I think the crowd would.
no, hey, it's a different scenario. Because, like you said, hey, a team is out of bounds with zero point 0.8 seconds left on the clock. Well, that's another problem because the clock has to start when you get inbound. Because I
Right.
was just gonna say, I'd say it would be nice to have the clock go, and you could shoot the shot from out of bounds if they ran the clock somehow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, in
Definitely.
that scenario, the clock could start when the ball hits the rim, then, or something like, and then that might still give the other team a chance to score again because then they'll have extra time to inbound it and maybe counteract. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know. Just a thought. I probably have to fine tune it. But yeah. Anyway, I was thinking about it a couple days ago, and I wanted to ask you about it when we were talking. So
Yeah, why not?
we'll see. All right. So yeah, anyways, I guess that's it for this episode. We've probably gone a little long. Obviously great to see you. We're gonna get back more
Great to see
consistently.
you too, sir.
Yeah, and I should have said Happy New Year to the people up front. So thanks for getting that in. But yeah, please in the comments, let us know what you think about the inbounding it into the basket rule and any other thing we've said. Please give us a comment, but definitely a like and a subscribe. I was going to say there's going to be watch the last video here and subscribe over here, but I constantly am messing mine up because it switches me around back the other way. I don't know. Somewhere over here it's going to say to watch another video,
It's
and on the other side it's going to say subscribe. Yeah, so please do, and thank you for sticking around this long. You guys are the best, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Thank you,
Well,
Mister.
good night, y'all. We'll see you next time.
All right.